Well, we're not exactly storytellers, but I guess music is a way of telling stories anyway. We've been doing a 4-part series on the blues at some of the libraries in the area. We were asked to do this, and we only have 30 minutes. So we kind of cut it down to just talking about one particular individual and his songs. And if this is not loud enough, you just have to say, turn it up, and we will turn it up. I'm kind of partial to this gentleman. He was born in South Carolina. He up in Lawrence, South Carolina, back in 1896, I believe. Was born. Okay, so here we go. Someone told me to turn it up. I can do that. How about now? Very better. Good. So this gentleman was born. Some say he was born blind, some say he was born partially blind and became blind within a few months. Like I said, he was born up in Lawrence, South Carolina. He lived in Lawrence for several years. When he was 6 years old, he heard this noise, and he thought it was a brass band, and asked his mom about it. And she said, that's not a brass band, that's a man playing a guitar. And he said, I don't know what a guitar is. So she goes, but I know I want to play one. So at 6 years old, Gary Davis started teaching himself how to play a guitar. And several years later, he ended up leaving Lawrence and going to Greenville, South Carolina, and living there for a few years, and actually learned some blues songs from some blues players that came from Greenville. And shortly after that, he moved to Raleigh and Raleigh-Durham area, and I'll talk a little bit more about it in just a second. So initially he was playing he was learning from old ragtime, jazz, and blues players, and so it's kind of rough and tumble type of blues. So we're going to start off with a few songs, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about Gary Davis, and we'll go from there. So this is some of his earlier works.
You take Sally, I take Sue. You know there ain't no difference between the two. Cocaine. Here come my baby, she's all dressed in red. Got a shotgun, gonna shoot me dead. Cocaine. Mama, come here quick. This old cocaine bout make me sick. Cocaine. Late last night, about 3:45, cocaine come knocking on my door. Cocaine. Cocaine for horses, not for a man. Doctor said it's gonna kill me, but he can't say when. Cocaine. Lord, it's running all around my brain. Mama, come here quick. This old cocaine bout make me sick. Cocaine.
Like I said, these first few songs are going to be not what they eventually became of Reverend Davis. I'm saying Reverend, kind of giving you part of the story already. These were more the ragtime types, and so they were from some of the rough and tumble areas of New Orleans that initially started down New Orleans and Mississippi. And so, yeah, not too off color, but he always said, Gary Davis always said that cocaine was not meant to be promoting cocaine. He said he lost a lot of friends. We kind of think of cocaine as a new drug. He said he lost a lot of friends back in the 20s to cocaine. They were a lot of those blues players. So, according to him, that song was actually a negative toward it, which I guess it makes sense. But this is another one called Candyman. I apologize. I'm in a drop D tune.
Take two. Been here gone, Candyman, been here gone, Candyman, salty dog. If you can't be my Candyman, you can't be my salty dog. Candyman, 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 fat and hard, Candyman, Santa Claus. If you can't be my Candyman, you can't be my fat and hard. Candyman, 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 been here gone, Candyman, salty dog. I wish I was in New Orleans, sitting on the candy stand. Big leg idol, 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 big leg idol. Sure do love that big leg girl, God knows I do. Run, get the preacher, get your baby some beer. Run, get the preacher, get your baby some beer. Run, get the preacher, get your baby some beer. Run, get the preacher, get your baby some beer. Run, get the preacher, get your baby some beer. Run, get the preacher, get your baby some beer. I'd give anything in this God almighty world to get my Candyman home. Candyman, Santa dog, Candyman, fat and hard, Candyman, salty dog. If you can't be my Candyman, you can't be my man at all.
So like I said, Gary moved to Durham area, and that was kind of his idea to expand music there. And he met and started playing with two people, Blind Boy Fuller and Bull City Red. And those three and a few others got together and kind of started the whole Piedmont blues. Blues initially started in the Delta area, and this is now a whole kind of different style. Gary was known for playing with two fingers. And I can't play with four fingers, but he did with two. And also had that alternating bass was always there. And he was always doing this cool stuff. And you listen to it, God, how did you do that? And you realize just two fingers, that's all it is. I called him a minute ago, I called him Reverend Gary Davis. And in about 1937, he was about 40 years old, he became an ordained minister while he was in Durham, and became Reverend Gary Davis. And his life sort of changed at that point, not just musically, but also in terms of what he was able to do. He moved to New York with Blind Boy Fuller and Bull City Red. They started doing some recording there. He lived in Harlem and would teach guitar lessons. And so his music was starting to change a little bit. It was kind of moving away from the ragtime and going into more into religious and gospel blues. So we're going to kind of work into that. So, was that the religious one? No. It wasn't. But it was moving towards it. It was certainly away from cocaine. So this is one of his first religious tunes that he did. And it's called Death Don't Have No Mercy. Very uplifting song.
Come to your house, he won't stay long. Look in your room, one of your family will be gone. I said, death don't have no mercy in this land. Well, he never take time for vacation in this land. Oh, death don't take time for vacation in this land, in this land. Come to your house, he won't stay long. Look in your room, one of your family will be gone. I said, death don't have no mercy in this land. But he gonna leave you standing and crying in this land. I said, death, leave you standing and crying in this land, in this land. Come to your house, he won't stay long. Look in your room, one of your family will be gone. I said, death don't have no mercy in this land. Now death don't have no mercy in this land. Oh, death don't have no mercy in this land, in this land. Come to your house, he won't stay long. Look in your bed and your mother will be gone. I said, death don't have no mercy in this land. No, no, death don't have no mercy in this land.
So, we're not going that clock, this clock, we're still good. We have a couple of songs to play. So he was playing on the streets in Harlem, and this was like the late 50s, early 60s. This is when the whole folk music revival started again, and people started hearing about him. And all of a sudden, he's now playing to basically a white, well-educated, middle-class audience on college campuses and coffee houses. And they're all thinking, this is actually really cool stuff. Well, it gets around to certain people like Peter, Paul, and Mary, and Bob Dylan, who both go out and meet with him and learn, and gets, like I said, he's still teaching guitar lessons for like $5 a lesson out in Harlem. And he starts teaching these guys some of his picking stuff. Well, more and more of these new coming folk people, and it turns out a lot of these people end up going into rock and roll. If you ask most rock and rollers from the 70s who was one of their major influences, almost all of them will say Gary Davis. A lot of them met him, a lot of them played with him. Bob Dylan, Jorma McCalkin with Hot Tuna and with Jefferson Airplane, he's one of his biggest fans. Taj Mahal, Dave Bromberg. His songs have been recorded by Jackson Browne, Peter, Paul and Mary, Grateful Dead. It just goes on and on. This guy is he's pretty phenomenal. And this song that was done by Peter, Paul and Mary is called Samson and Delilah, and it's also been done by Grateful Dead. I've done it with a few other people. And this kind of put Gary Davis on the map. And this is where he kind of took off from here. Yeah, by the way, I'm Pat Wechter, and this is Thomas Thornton. Everybody combined with bands called Dark River.
If I had my way, if I had my way, if I had my way, dear Lord, I would tear this old building down. Well, Delilah was a woman, fine and fair, had good looks, God knows, and cold black hair. She came to Samson's mind. First saw this woman, she looked so fine. With Delilah she sat down on Samson's knee, said, tell where your strength lies, if you please. Well, she spoke so kind, God knows she talked so fair. Samson said, Delilah, you cut off my hair. You can shave my head, please my hand, my strength come natural as any other man. I say now, if I had my way, if I had my way, if I had my way, dear Lord, I would tear this old building down. She sat down on Samson's knee, said, tell where your strength lies, if you please. Well, she spoke so kind, God knows she talked so fair. Samson said, Delilah, you cut off my hair. Well, he stretched out his arm, God knows it broke like flint. When he got moving, 10,000 was dead. Now, if I had my way, if I had my way, if I had my way, dear Lord, I would tear this old building down. Samson and the lion got attacked. Samson, he jumped up on that lion's back. So you read about this lion killed a man with his paw. Samson got his hand in that lion's jaw. Well, he rid that beast, God knows he killed him dead. The beast made honey in that lion's head. head. I say now, if I had my way, if I had my way, if I had my way, dear Lord, I would tear this old building down. So if I had my way, if I had my way, if I had my way, dear Lord, I would tear